Hello, I'm Dr. Marina Parisella. I'm a software engineer and I work at the Faculty of Science, Engineering and Built Environment at Deakin University. As a software engineer, I work at the intersection of humans and computers, which means that my research focuses on engineering new technologies and improving the processes for creating those new technologies that will help in creating a technology-based future which is fair, unbiased, and beneficial to everyone, regardless of their gender, race, and ethnicity. I decided to be a software engineer because I think computers offer much more potential for human creativity. During this pandemic, it was the IT infrastructure that provided us with the means to stay connected with our loved ones, to sustain some of the businesses, and even support the educational resources that the teachers could use to stay connected to students online. When I was growing up, I never had any female role models. I come from Pashtun ethnicity in the north of Pakistan, where women were not encouraged to have a school or university education. I was the first one in my family to go into a male-dominated field of engineering and IT, and I had to find my own ways. And this is one of the reasons that I am now standing up as a part of the Superstar of STEM program in Science Technology Australia to show other girls coming from a similar backgrounds as mine that they do have a role model now to find. They don't have to find their own ways, and they would know that it's not impossible.
Good morning and welcome to the Go Girl for IT Cyber event for 2021. I hope we're all feeling fantastic. Joining us today are speakers from ANZ who will share with you their amazing stories. Up next is Sharon Sampson, a wonderful senior technology area lead at ANZ. So stay tuned and enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Melody, for the warm welcome. And hello, a big warm welcome to you, our students, teachers, parents, carers, and the Go Girl event community. My name is Sharon Sampson, and I'm a technology leader at ANZ. I lead a team of people across the globe who provide ANZ employees with the technology that they need so that we can better serve our customers with their financial wellbeing needs. We have nearly 6,000 people in technology at ANZ and 50,000 in total. So it's a big, busy, fun place. Thank you for coming to the event today. It won't be an ordinary day. So I hope you're sitting in a comfy spot and you're ready to have a lot of fun with us. If you're on social media today, you can share your pics and stories using hashtag GoGirl2021, any girl for IT, and you can find us on Insta at GoGirlGoForIT. All the information's in your pack. We would love you to ask some questions in the comments as we go through our speaker section today. So warmly welcome any of your questions about technology. I want to tell you how proud our Women in Tech community are of you, our students, each and every one of you, for the way you're handling yourselves during this global pandemic. Things are really different now at school and at home and even for us at work, but we're all in this together. And technology has been a crucial part to help us all keep connected when we can't be physically together. ANZ's been a proud sponsor of Go Girl Go for IT for many years, and we love meeting you and sharing our passion for tech. Our goal is to even up the numbers a little more in the fields of technology, engineering, science and maths. On average, there's about 1/3 of women in those career paths, and we think we can do a little bit better than that. So ANZ, together with other sponsors of the Go Girl event today, like Computershare, Motorola, and April Storm Props, we love making products and designing services for the community. And we know the research tells us that when we can design and build the best products and services, we do that when we have a balance of people in the team to make it happen. This means a balance of gender, ethnic background, and abilities. The research also tells us that inspiring young people to take up STEM whilst they're at school is key to ensuring that more of you join us in the field. So here we are, here to inspire you and share our stories and knowledge. You're currently in the webinar speaker series, streaming live on YouTube. I hope you enjoy your workshops and career showcases that you've been to this morning. The ANZ Career Showcases are jam-packed with activities and prizes, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end of the session. But for now, I'd like to introduce our speaker, Marina Parisella, who's a tribe lead. Marina is the leading woman behind the ANZ Workforce Tribe. Their goal is to attract, retain and grow a great technical team at ANZ. Marina is passionate about diversity and inclusivity and women in tech, and her team is recognised globally for their work on many award-winning programs. Closer to home, Marina is the president of the newly established Dockland Sports Club, and their vision is to help young people of all abilities thrive through sport and community connection. Marina is here to talk to us about what's cool and not so cool about technology and the skills required for you to thrive. Now, over to you, Marina.
Well, thank you so much, Sharon, and to our wonderful team at Go Girl Go for IT. I'm very, very excited to be here. I wish I could be with you in person today, but alas, the sign of the times. We're all working from home, we're doing homeschooling, so I'm just so grateful to be with you today in any shape, way or form. So I hope you're having a great morning, and I hope you get a lot out of joining these sessions. And as Sharon said, stick around to hear about some of those great prizes and the different booths and things on offer today. So welcome. Alrighty, so my name is Marina and I work at ANZ Bank, as Sharon said. I work in the technology division, and in technology, we have about 10,000 people who work in our space. It's quite a big team that we have. Now, of those 10,000 people, about 4,000 of those are what we call engineers. Okay, now you might know an engineer as a software developer, a coder, a programmer, but many of the people working in technology do lots of other different jobs, like manage projects, they do data analysis, perhaps they work in cybersecurity, protecting the bank from a number of different types of crazy hackers. They might be communications or marketing people, helping to promote some of our technology products and services. They might be building technology solutions, looking after our technology suppliers and our partners. They might be leaders, looking after teams. And of course, they might be some hardcore geeks as well. They could be super creative, great with people, great with numbers. There are many different types of people who work in tech. So a little bit about me. And I'm sorry, I'm starting to get some comments that the video is lagging, so bear with me. I think you can hear me okay, so I'm going to keep going. But a little bit about me. I am a leader in tech, and I have a team of about 25 people. And we look after what we call our workforce initiatives for technology. As Sharon said, this is about how we attract, retain, and grow our people who work in tech. My team look after our graduate and intern programs. We also create other programs for lots of different types of talent too. Might be mums and dads looking to return to work after having a career break or after having, looking after kids and raising families. We create programs for autistic individuals to come and join ANZ. We have programs for Indigenous talent, and really, really importantly, a very big focus on how we get more girls in tech, which, I'd love to say is a very well-paid and highly engaging career. Now, my career into technology and banking was by accident. I didn't grow up sitting in your shoes thinking, oh gosh, I want to work for a bank or I want to work in tech. I had a passion for IT, and I did what we call computers back in high school all the way to BCE. But it was a bit of a boys' club. It was a bit nerdy, and I didn't really think it was for me, because at the time I was so much more interested in being an actor, a singer, a filmmaker. But what I quickly worked out is that the tech profession can actually be really, really creative. And I was good at communications and writing and teaching, and I didn't realise that all of these skills are really important in tech. That actually tech is nothing without people and without innovation. So fast forward a few years, I ended up studying what we call professional communication at RMIT in Melbourne. And I got into banking purely by accident because my mum was working at another bank. She was working in payroll and they had a casual temp job going. And I thought, great, good way to make a bit of extra cash. And I fell in love with it by accident. I then started doing some communications, working in a tech department of the bank. And that's where I worked out that I could do something really, really special here, that I could be a point of difference. And I didn't look anything like the typical bankers or the typical technologists. I didn't wear a hoodie, you know, as a typical programmer would. I didn't code or do any software programming, but I have made a career out of the people of technology and how I can share all the cool stuff that tech does in plain, simple language that really anyone could understand. Now, I have to pinch myself, I'm an executive at this bank and have a fantastic team that I get to work with. And I still don't know how to code properly, but I will keep learning. So I want to talk a little bit about why technology is so important and how it's part of our everyday lives. And I'm going to quiz you a little bit. I'm going to make sure that you're all still with me in just a moment. But technology, as you know better than anyone that it's absolutely everywhere. Right now, I'm sure it's sitting in the palm of your hands, be it your mobile phone or your iPad. It's on your wrist, it's your Apple Watch, it's all around your house. Your smart devices, your Wi-Fi, your modems, your TVs, if you're lucky, your robot vacuum, Siri, Google, Alexa, maybe, you know, someone that you know has a Tesla. It creates your social bubbles on Insta, on Snap, on TikTok. It's not just your Netflix, but it's the recommendations that you receive when you log in and it tells you what you might want to watch. It's getting smarter and smarter every day through the use of things like big data. So I'm going to quiz you now some fun tech facts as we talk about the types of work and the types of skills and why technology is so important. So what I want you to do, again, this is a bit of a test to make sure you're all still with me. I want you to grab your closest device, whether it be your mobile phone or your iPad or even another browser on your screen, and I want you to go to this website. It's menti.com. Okay, I'm going to give you all a moment to go to that website, which is M for Mary, ENTI.com. So menti.com, and I'm going to do it with you. And when you get to that website, it's going to ask you for a code. Okay, so menti.com and the code, and I'll repeat this a couple of times. The code is 8007 1695. So that's 8007 1695. Hit submit, and I'm going to see how I'm going with a few people joining me now, which is great. So that's menti.com, MENTI.com, and the code is 8007 1695. Now, if you don't have a device with you, you can go a bit old school, a bit old fashioned, and just write your answers down on a piece of paper, or perhaps even put it in the chat on YouTube. We'd love to see you come on board and complete this quiz with me. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. I'm getting a stack of people. This is fantastic. All right, I'm just going to give it another minute. I've got over 40 more. Fantastic. So that's menti.com, MENTI.com, and the code is 8007 1695. I'm over 70 people, I think. This is looking great. I'm going to give you all a few more seconds and then I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. Menti.com, code is 8007 1695. All righty. So a few fun tech facts. Are you ready? Now there's going to be a countdown, so I want you to move pretty quickly. You don't have a lot of time to answer each question, okay? So go with your gut. Go with your gut instinct. Don't Google the answers. Are we ready? All right. Here we go. The first question is, how many genres does Netflix have today? So when I say genre, I mean could be comedy, action, horror, you name it. How many genres does Netflix have today? Is it about 50? About 150? Closer to 23,000? Or maybe even 76,000 genres? How many genres do you think Netflix has today? Wow. Okay. So most people thought it was 150. I'm here to tell you that as of today, Netflix has a crazy 76,000 micro genres. Okay, this is absurd. This is not just your typical genres like comedy and drama. This is taking it to the next level, like action films starring Gerard Butler, or 21st century romance films starring Kirsten Stewart, or Twilight style vampire movies. Netflix has gotten to the point now where it can look at all the data and it can take all the different things that you've been watching and provide really, really tailored recommendations. So currently about 76,000 genres, which is just crazy. All right, let's go to the next question. The top security concern for companies these days, what do you think is the top security concern for companies? Is it identity access? Is it phishing and socially engineered leaks? Or is it accidental leakage? All right, we're getting lots of votes coming in. Fantastic. All right. And you might be thinking, Karina, you've spelt phishing wrong with a P. This is in fact how you spell it. It's a cybersecurity term. Okay, I think we've got a clear winner here. We've got most people voting for phishing and socially engineered leaks. Now I can see all the answers coming through, so you probably can't see this. So let me tell you, the least amount of people thought it was accidental leakage, and most of you thought it was phishing and socially engineered leaks, which is absolutely correct. Well done. So in these days with the COVID pandemic, we're seeing more and more hackers trying to really attack systems, not just within ANZ, but all over the world. The COVID pandemic has really heightened the need for companies to really lift their cybersecurity. So great, good job everyone. All right, the next question, are we ready? The next question is about skills. So some tech skills are in shorter supply than others. What skills are the hardest to recruit? So hardest to recruit tech skills. Is it data science? Is it infrastructure? Is it DevOps? Or is it architecture? Are you ready? Oh, okay, we have a clear winner. Most of you thought it was data science and you are absolutely spot on. So here's a tip for you. If you want to be guaranteed a job for the rest of your life, data science is the place to go. So no, data scientists are in high demand in every single company right now, and they're very, very hard to recruit. So a good tip there for everybody. Let's move to the next one. All right, this is, I think, my favourite question. What was the top skill demanded in tech jobs posted in 2020? So the top skill demanded in tech, was it Java, which is a programming language? Is it writing, communication, or SQL, which is another engineering language? Okay, here we go. Okay, I've got some experts here. It was in fact communication, which this shocks people, but it's absolutely correct. The top skill demanded in tech jobs is communication, because whilst we have such an importance on technical roles and technical skills, we absolutely need to be able to simplify and articulate what that means to the end user, to the end customer. So if you're a communications expert and you love writing, working with stakeholders, really articulating a narrative, then technology could be a very fulfilling career for you. That's me. My background is in comms and now I work in tech. Okay, let's go to the next question. Alrighty, coming up now. All right, we're talking cryptocurrency. So what technology is used to record cryptocurrency transactions? Is it the digital wallet, mining, blockchain, or token? What technology is used to record cryptocurrency transactions? Fantastic. Oh, very, very close. Most of you thought it was digital wallet, but the close second was blockchain, and it was absolutely blockchain. Okay, so blockchain is the platform that allows us to record cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin as an example. Let's go to the next one. Question. Okay, we're nearly getting to the end of our questions. All right, this is about big data. So why is big data important? We talked a little bit about it with Netflix. Is it because it's structured? Is it because it can be analysed to reveal patterns and trends? Because of its complexity, or perhaps because of its size? All right, results are coming in. I'm not giving you a lot of time to answer these, but I'm very, very impressed. Well done. And absolutely, you are all, most of you said with 61 votes, because it may be analysed to reveal patterns and trends, and that was absolutely spot on. Congratulations to our big data geeks out there. All right, next question. Coming close to the end. Which computer language is the most widely used? Which computer language is the most widely used? Is it C++, Swift, PHP, or Java? What do you think? Now, one of the ones that we use quite commonly at ANZ is not on this list. It's Python. And although that could, oh, shit, that's probably PHP, but there you go. I've got my technologies wrong. But you're right. Java is absolutely the most common computer language used across the globe. It's very, very universal. So congratulations with 58 votes. Well done, everyone. And I think I've got one more question for you. Could be one or two. Let me just think, just to end. Oh, here we go. Now I've got a couple more. True or false? ANZ was the first major Australian bank to offer Android and Apple Pay. True or false? Were we the first major bank to offer Android Pay? What do you think? True or false? This is something that, let's have a look, ANZ is very proud of. We were absolutely the first bank to offer this. 76 votes, congratulations. And look, it's the reason why I don't have a wallet anymore. I don't have cards with me. I don't even, I have my license that's just a photo on my phone, but I use my digital wallet for every single transaction. Who needs a wallet these days? So a physical wallet, that is. Okay, I know I've got another fun couple of questions here. Let's have a look. How are we going? What was the year the iPhone was introduced? Okay, going back some time, was it 2004, 2005 or 2007? What do you think? Let's have a look at our answers coming in. Okay, and oh, well done, 32 votes at 2007. That was correct. Well done. I know those years were so close, so it was a bit of a tough one. Here we go. What is the best-selling video game of all time? What do you think? Was it Super Mario Brothers, Minecraft, or SimCity? I'm going to give this a go. It's one of my favourites too. It's a good one. Of course, it is Minecraft, and most of you guessed that too with nearly 60 votes. Excellent. Well done. Fantastic. All righty. You know, I've got one more question here. This is, of course, a wonderful woman working in tech today. Sheryl Sandberg works for which major social media platform and wrote the book Lean In? TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. She's an absolute legend. Sheryl Sandberg. Where does she work? What do you think? Let's have a look. Oh, well done, everyone. 41 votes said Facebook, 14 on TikTok, and 32 on LinkedIn. Doing well. It was absolutely Facebook. And a great book that she's written there. Okay, let's have a look. Do we have a leaderboard? Okay, look at this. We've got a leaderboard here. I'm going to tell you that we have a Krishna on the call, and Krishna has tied. Okay, Krishna's tied with Jasmine and Croc. Fantastic. So I've got Krishna, Jasmine and Croc all on 8,000 points. Close behind Nancy and Wolfie, if you are there, congratulations. It was a tie. That's amazing. Awesome job. Okay, great. I'm getting really excited by this quiz. Fantastic. And thanks for playing along. Hope you Hope you had a bit of fun with me there. But look, I'm going to get, in this last little time that I've got with you, I want to get a bit serious. And I want to talk about, okay, we've talked a bit about how technology is part of our everyday lives, but what's happening right now in tech today and what perhaps is the missing ingredient. Okay, so I'm going to try and share a slide with you. So here we go. Bear with me. Getting my content up for you. There we go. All right. Now I want to paint a bit of a picture in terms of what technology looks like today, what I think when I see technology today, that here are all some incredible leaders. There is no doubt about it. These guys are experts in their field, highly influential, super well respected, but I can't help but think there's a missing ingredient here. And who's with me? Who thinks there's a missing ingredient here and thinks that maybe they have what it takes to be the CEO of a tech company one day, Chief Executive Officer of a global innovative tech company? I do. With technology rapidly evolving, I want you to think about the year that you've had so far. Think about, since the beginning, COVID-19. We've seen a massive increase in digital adoption. Think about e-commerce, online shopping. We've had home deliveries. I'm sure you've had grazing platters delivered. You've probably been, getting heaps of stuff delivered. Social media, Spotify through the roof. Tech is driving huge shifts in business, and the industry offers diverse career opportunities. However, females comprise less than, say, 30% here of the ICT workforce, but if we just look at tech, less than 20%. And it's not just guys or boys at home doing homeschooling or paying the bills or watching Netflix. The reality is that you are all there making these decisions and choices at home and at school, but that this is not reflected in technology at work. And this is something that I think we can all change. Now, I'm getting told I've only got a few minutes left, so I'm going to go through these next little bits with you quite quickly. We've had the fun part, but I want to leave you with some thoughts about how you might think about your career in technology. This is just a very high-level view from 2019, so a little bit old now, of some of the highest paying entry-level jobs in tech, just in case anyone there's driven by, financially driven, which absolutely is really, really important. But have a look at these, some interesting tech careers in 2019 that were really in demand. We've got data scientist, which we've talked about already, product manager, as we think about new products coming to the market. We're going to need people who can deliver and develop those products. Developer, so that's that programmer. Mobile developer, so a programmer who is essentially looking at developing those for mobile, Android and iPhone. Sales engineer is still really important. DevOps, UX and UI. This is about user experience and the user interface. How do we make things look good for our customers? Sales is still important. Marketing manager, highly important in technology. And even a QA, quality assurance analyst. But what's important to note there is if you're sitting there thinking, look, I don't know much about tech, I'm not a coder and I'm not really sure I want to do that. There are a number of jobs in technology that don't require deep technical skills. Like I talked about before, communications, marketing, even problem-solving skills, project management. There are lots of different types of roles that you can do in tech. The reality is tech is not going to look like this. It's not going to look like a bunch of robots walking around, or certainly not in the next few years. It's going to be far more augmented. So as we think about things like artificial intelligence, how do humans work better with machines? And we've got some really cool jobs that are emerging in the market today. We've got blockchain engineers hitting the market. So people who are working at the cryptocurrency, working with Bitcoin and understanding how the blockchain works. We're now seeing commercial civilian drone operators coming into play, which is really, really cool. Maybe we'll see some drones dropping off, pizzas to people if we haven't already seen that with Domino's. We've got avatar managers, people designing virtual holograms, digital artisans for people who love arts, entertainment and creativity. This could be a really viable career choice in technology. A virtual habitat designer, as we think about what our virtual and digital world needs to look like. And a VR engineer, so someone really working in the virtual reality space. But what I want to leave you with is just a couple of quick thoughts. about you. I want you to think about the many different career opportunities available to you today and in the future, and the unique position that we are in as females in this digital era, that we can change the face of our industry as we know it, and that the fact that technology is part of our everyday lives means that there will always be a job to do when it comes to working in tech. Now, a career in tech, and particularly at ANZ in tech, means that you could be an innovator, an engineer, an architect, a security specialist, a communications expert, and so much more. There has never been a more exciting time to be a technologist. Thank you, and Shaz, back to you.
Thanks so much, Karina. That was amazing, and your lovely Minty Mania. I love it. We have some fantastic questions that have come through from our wonderful cohort on the call today, or on our stream. So thank you all for your wonderful questions. The first one is, how did you realise you wanted to be an engineer? So Karina, when you meet lots of different folks and your own journey, tell us a bit about what sort of triggers do you think people have to make that switch into that space?
Yeah. Great question. So firstly, I never wanted to be an engineer. As I said, I didn't want to be that when I grew up. I wish I went back and studied coding, because I see people doing this today and they have very fulfilling careers and jobs. But the people I speak to who are engineers, the thing that really drives them and made them realise they wanted to do this was that they loved to fix things and they loved to build things, whether that be build things, with their mind or with their hands. They wanted to actually get in there and create something that would have impact at the end of the day. So some of the skills that we see from our engineers are things like problem solving, critical thinking, the ability to put pieces together, to understand mathematical equations as well. They really want to go in there and break things apart and fix them and put them back together.
Oh, couldn't have said that better myself, actually. That is just fantastic, because when I've become an engineer, well, I studied coding, and it was seeing that wonderful creation and being able to say, I made that. It's so great.
Very cool.
Yes, very good. So if you like making things, definitely engineering is a wonderful place to go. Next question for you is, which university did you study at?
Oh, I studied at RMIT, so the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, I think is the long way to say that. And I did Profcom, so professional communication, and that allowed me to do video production, which was quite technical. So that was editing and behind the camera stuff, and also radio and public relations as well, which gave me that breadth from a communications and stakeholder engagement perspective.
That's really awesome. So on that train of thought, one of our wonderful girls has asked, should I go for video editing or website building? What do you recommend?
Well, look, this is a good one. Look, I think this is about understanding where your energy's at and what you really love doing and what makes you thrive. I personally did video editing when I was at uni, and it allowed me to do a whole lot of cool video stuff when I joined ANZ. So having that background was, I was able to come into ANZ and work on creative projects like journalism, doing some video production for the bank around customer stories and sharing those things. Website building, in the same vein, can be very, very creative, and there's a bunch of excellent tools that enables us to do that both with code and without code. So even as a non-technical person, you can go in and design and develop websites now. So for me, it's not about a one or the other. I think it's about thinking about what really drives you, where you're passionate about, and knowing that whatever you choose to do, there is a pathway for you into technology. Okay, so you can use those skills and really hone those as you go and develop a really fulfilling career in tech.
Awesome. Thank you very much. What a great question that was. The next one is, how did you get to the executive position without knowing very much coding? It's a really great one. Well,
that's the thing. Look, the truth is, the reality is that there are people who love to code who don't necessarily want to be people leaders. They don't necessarily want to grow teams and lead lots of teams, and that's okay. Some people want to develop what we call craft leadership, which is really developing technical knowledge and building yourself up to be that expert in your trade, a really craft strong engineer, but other people like me, I'm less focused on doing the coding and more focused on leading the people of technology. So as long as I know enough about what they're doing and I can provide direction to them and vision to them, I'm able to lead teams to enable them to do what they need to do, deliver what they're great at, and I can focus on ensuring that they are engaged in the work that they're doing and they have a really strong direction and vision. So for me, anyone could be an executive. You don't have to be super technical, but you do need to be a great leader who can inspire and have that vision to engage those teams. So I think, Sharon, you're in the same boat. Do you have anything that you wanted to add there?
Well, I think it's a great question. That's right. And I think becoming an executive is more about whether you like to lead people. So some people love the tech and some people love the people side. And if you've got the ability to do both, you've got some superpowers right there. So, you know, I think wonderful thing about technology is you've got the opportunity to explore. So if you go and try something and it doesn't sort of suit you or you don't really enjoy it terribly much, there's always lots of ways that you can diversify into other areas and learn new skills. And I think that's what Karina and I have done for many years over our travels. We've been able to travel to different locations. We've been able to join new projects and play very different roles each and every time. And it just grows and builds. And if you can lead people and you love people like we do, it's a lot easier to become an executive to lead a group of technologists. Now we'll move on to another question, which is, I love this one too. What do you do in data science?
Oh, very good question. So look, I think the best way to describe this, and Sharon, please jump in, is I think data science is a field that uses, let's say, scientific methods to build algorithms and to understand data and processes and systems to really develop knowledge. Okay, so to provide knowledge and insights on a particular thing, but using scientific methods to do that, algorithms, looking at lots of data concepts. Sharon, anything that you might want to add there? I'm certainly no data science expert.
I think you did a great job. I think you're right, and I'm not a data scientist either, so I must confess, but a lot of database analysis and absolutely a lot of maths and science and structures, data structures, putting them into various patterns and making sense of that information. So it's interesting, data is everywhere, but actionable insights is really the goal of data scientists, finding out about things that matter and doing something about it. So that's my definition. Hope that's helped answer the question. Another one, what is the best way for girls to get into more coding?
Oh, fantastic question. Look, there's never been a better time to get into coding, I think. There are so many resources online, both free and paid, whether that be through your school, your local community, or the various resources that we've seen online. Now, some great ones that I've seen are things like RoboGals and the work that they're doing. GitHub have a number of platforms and training programs available. The Hour of Code is a fantastic resource that I think is run by Salesforce and a number of other partners that allows you to learn coding in an hour and then apply your skills. So if you just do a simple Google search on basics of coding, you will find a bunch of different resources there that you can have a play with. But I'd also expect that your schools may have some offerings and opportunities there for you to do on things like holiday programs. There's a number of also game design type programs as well that you can do. So I'd have a quick look and see what's in your local area and sign up to some opportunities out there.
Thanks so much, Karina. We've got time for one more question. That is, do you work in the city or at an ANZ branch?
Great question. I work in the city, well, in our Docklands part of ANZ, which is what we have our head office in Docklands. At the moment, we're all working from home unless we're in a customer facing role. So we are balancing our working from home, working remotely, as many of you are homeschooling. But when I do go back into the office, it is in Docklands. We have a number of our people in the branches, of course, as well, on the customer side. Many of us work in what we call our head office or even in our data centres. So it is a really unique and fun place to work with a number of different very, very cool buildings. Thanks so much, Karina. That's wonderful. So that's brought us to
the end of our questions for today. I'll just see if there's anything fine for Melody. No, she's giving me the thumbs up, which is fabulous. So we will wrap up for today. Firstly, please join me in thanking Karina for her fantastic Smenty Mania talk today and for answering all of your wonderful questions, and I thank you for posting your questions in the chat. It's been awesome to have you here today. Let me remind you what's happening next. You'll be heading off to your workshops and career showcases again, depending on what you went to this morning. So just follow the links in your Go Girl pack. And for those of you in the ANZ career showcases, the team can't wait to see you. They've been chatting to me live on our team site. At 11:15, we've got a game of What Do You Meme? And then there's Tech Riddles at 10:40. And we've got some great prizes. I picked them personally, so we've got some great things like Apple AirPods, probably hard to see, sorry. Some Wonder Booms and some Apple Watches. So we've really tried to make it a fantastic day and give you the opportunity to win some really cool things to keep your education and your interest in technology flowing. Speaking of prizes, I hope you've had a chance to see our ANZ Creative Challenge. We've invited you to tell us more about what we can do for women in tech, and the details are provided to you in your pack. So look out for that. This particular challenge has an amazing prize pack, a fully fledged Apple prize pack with an iPad, a beautiful rose gold iPad Air, and lots of accessories, including a keyboard and those sorts of things. So that one is not to miss. This concludes our webinar for today. I hope you found our sessions inspiring and learned lots along the way. Thank you for your company and have a fantastic rest of the day.